Hello, friends. Today we're going to explore the importance of drinking water correctly, a practice that may seem simple, but is actually deeply rooted in Buddhist wisdom and health principles. There's a common saying, water is life. Yet many of us think we can drink it any time, any amount, or in any way we like. However, how and when we drink water can have a significant impact on our well-being. Imagine this. You're feeling tired, sluggish, or even dealing with frequent headaches or digestive issues. You might not realize it, but these problems could be connected to how you're drinking water. In this video, we'll go through a Buddhist teacher's timeless wisdom on proper water drinking habits that can bring clarity, energy, and peace into our lives. This teacher's advice may help us prevent health problems before they arise and improve our energy and focus in daily activities. So if you've ever wondered whether there's a right way to drink water that supports both body and mind, you're in the right place. Let's dive into this story and learn how a few simple changes can make a big difference for our health and happiness. Water is not only essential for life, but also for maintaining balance within our bodies and minds. It's incredible to think that up to 60–70% of our body is composed of water, which plays a part in almost every bodily function, regulating our temperature, supporting digestion, helping the brain function, and flushing out toxins. Yet, despite its simplicity, water is often overlooked in our daily routines. How many of us really stop to think about when or how we drink water? The way we approach drinking water can greatly affect our overall health and well-being. Water nourishes the body, keeping our organs running smoothly, our energy levels stable, and our skin clear. When we don't get enough water or drink it incorrectly, we may experience many seemingly unrelated issues. Have you ever felt fatigue that you couldn't shake off, constant headaches, or digestive issues? Have you struggled with dry skin or frequent breakouts, even after using all the recommended products? Many of these issues may actually come down to something as simple as hydration, or rather, the lack of proper hydration. To give you an example, when we feel our skin is dry or we are constantly thirsty, our body is actually signaling us to pay more attention to our hydration. But it's not just about drinking more water, it's also about how we drink it. Just like plants require water in specific amounts and at specific intervals, our bodies also need mindful hydration to function at their best. Without proper hydration, the blood thickens, making it harder for the heart to pump it throughout the body, which can lead to fatigue and even serious health conditions over time. Real-life example. Imagine feeling restless, unable to sleep well, or dealing with constant skin issues despite following a healthy lifestyle. Often, we might overlook the connection between these issues and something as basic as our water habits. A wise Buddhist teacher once shared a teaching on mindful hydration, emphasizing how a simple yet intentional approach to drinking water can restore balance in both body and mind. This teacher highlighted that even our mental clarity, mood, and sense of inner calm can be influenced by how and when we hydrate ourselves. Scientific insight. Science also supports this ancient wisdom. Studies have shown that dehydration can impair concentration and increase stress, while drinking water helps keep the brain functioning optimally. Proper hydration not only keeps us physically healthy, but can also enhance mental clarity and emotional stability. So today, let's dive deeper into the teachings of this wise Buddhist master and see how we can adopt water drinking practices that support both our physical and mental well-being. As we'll soon see, by making just a few small changes, we can experience big improvements in how we feel each day. Once upon a time, there was a respected Buddhist teacher who was renowned not only for his understanding of the teachings, but also for his knowledge of natural health. People from far and wide came to see him, seeking his advice on health, happiness, and ways to lead a balanced life. One day, he gathered a crowd in a small village where people eagerly waited to hear his wisdom. To their surprise, he decided to speak about something as seemingly simple as water. The teacher began by sharing that, although water is often taken for granted, it plays a vital role in our well-being. Many of us think we can drink water however we want, as much as we like, and at any time of the day. But, he explained, water, like everything else in life, requires mindfulness and balance. Drinking water is not just about quenching thirst. It's an opportunity to connect with our body and its needs. His words caught everyone's attention, as many had never considered the impact of drinking water on their physical and mental health. He went on to explain that, just as we approach food with mindfulness, we should approach water with the same care and respect. Water has the power to nourish and cleanse, but if we consume it without attention, it can also disrupt our health in subtle but impactful ways. The teacher then paused, allowing the crowd to absorb this new perspective, and continued, "Every time you drink water, it's a chance to practice mindfulness, a way to honor your body and keep it in harmony with nature." The crowd was intrigued, but some were still unsure. They had always thought of water as simply necessary for survival and didn't understand why it mattered how or when they drank it. An audience member's question. One young man in the crowd stood up, unable to contain his curiosity, and asked, "Teacher, how can something so ordinary as water lead to health problems if used incorrectly? Water is essential to life, and we've always believed it to be entirely harmless." The teacher nodded, acknowledging the question with a gentle smile, and responded, "Son, water itself does not cause harm. It is our lack of awareness in how we consume it that can lead to imbalances in the body. Imagine a garden that receives either too little or too much water. It cannot thrive under either extreme. Similarly, our body needs water in the right amounts, at the right times, and in the right way. Only then can it fully benefit from this simple but powerful gift of nature. Teacher's explanation on mindful drinking. He continued, "When we drink water with awareness, we engage with it on a deeper level, and it supports not only our body, but also our mind. Drinking too much water, too little water, or drinking it too quickly can all cause strain on the body in ways that we may not immediately notice, but that accumulate over time." He explained that mindful drinking also supports mental clarity, as it encourages us to be present and aware, just like meditation. When you take a drink, be seated, take slow sips, and be present with each sip. This practice not only helps your digestion, but also grounds your mind in the present moment. The teacher then gave an example to illustrate his point. Imagine that when you drink water, it is like offering nourishment to a thirsty tree. If you pour too much, the soil cannot absorb it all, and it may harm the roots. If you pour too little, the tree will wither. By practicing moderation and mindfulness, we give our body what it needs, and it responds by working harmoniously. The people in the crowd began to look at water in a completely new light, realizing that even small habits, like drinking water, can be transformed into acts of self-care and mindfulness. The teacher's words resonated deeply with them, as they began to understand the connection between the way they drink water and their physical, mental, and even spiritual well-being. The Buddhist teacher's words sparked a deep interest in the crowd. They began to see that drinking water, a habit most of them did without any second thought, could actually be a mindful practice that brought harmony to both body and spirit. As he noticed their curiosity, the teacher continued, sharing a series of simple but transformative guidelines on how to drink water mindfully. He explained that by making small adjustments in our drinking habits, we could bring about noticeable improvements in health, clarity, and overall energy. The teacher began, "There are a few practices to follow when drinking water. They are simple, but when practiced with awareness, they can change the way you feel each day. Let's start with the morning, the best time to nourish and awaken your body. 1. Start with morning hydration." According to the teacher, the body undergoes a natural cleansing and healing process overnight, flushing out toxins and rejuvenating cells. This process leaves the body thirsty and in need of hydration upon waking. The teacher emphasized that drinking water first thing in the morning, on an empty stomach, is one of the most effective ways to support this cleansing process. When you wake up, drink 1 or 2 glasses of room temperature or warm water. This will clear out any toxins accumulated overnight, preparing your digestive system for the day ahead, he said. Drinking water upon waking has additional benefits, he explained. It awakens the mind, helps balance the lymphatic system, and gives our organs a fresh start. He suggested waiting 30 minutes before eating breakfast to allow the water to be absorbed fully. This simple habit not only boosts digestion, but also helps regulate bowel movements, assisting the body's natural rhythm. The teacher advised, "Think of it as washing out a vessel before putting food into it. This morning ritual helps prepare your body for whatever you will consume later." For those in the crowd who struggled with indigestion or constipation, this practice sounded especially promising. Many were excited to try this mindful morning hydration practice to see how it might improve their energy and digestion throughout the day. 2. Sip slowly and be seated. The teacher continued with the next guideline, explaining that the way we position ourselves and the pace at which we drink can have a profound effect on how well our bodies process the water. When you drink water, always sit down rather than stand, he advised. Sitting allows your body to receive the water in a relaxed state, which helps with absorption. When you stand and drink quickly, the water rushes down, creating tension in the lower body and straining the kidneys. But when you sit, you allow your body to gently filter the water, and it is absorbed more naturally. He went on to encourage everyone to take slow, small sips, rather than gulping down large amounts at once. Think of each sip as an offering to your body. When you take small sips, you're giving your system time to process and absorb the water properly. Imagine pouring water into a sponge. If you pour it slowly, the sponge will soak it up, but if you dump it quickly, most of it will spill out, he explained. He also recommended holding each sip in the mouth briefly before swallowing. This practice allows saliva to mix with the water, which is beneficial for digestion. Saliva, being alkaline, helps to neutralize stomach acid and supports the breakdown of food in the digestive process. When you drink mindfully, taking small sips while seated, you're not just hydrating your body, you're respecting its natural rhythms, the teacher shared. The crowd nodded in understanding, realizing that by taking just a little more time with each drink, they could improve how their bodies processed water. Many had never considered such small details before, but were beginning to see how these adjustments could make a big difference. 3. Avoid drinking very cold water. As the teacher continued, he brought up a habit common to many people, drinking cold water, especially during hot weather. While cold water might seem refreshing, the teacher explained that it actually forces the body to expend extra energy to warm it up before it can be used, placing unnecessary strain on the digestive system. Room temperature or warm water is best because your body can use it immediately. Cold water may feel satisfying in the moment, but it disrupts your digestive fire, he warned. In Buddhism and traditional health practices, digestion is often referred to as the digestive fire, which is the body's ability to break down food and absorb nutrients. Cold water, he explained, can extinguish this fire, leading to slower digestion and even the buildup of toxins in the body. For those with issues like bloating, gas, or slow metabolism, this habit could worsen symptoms. If you're feeling thirsty, room temperature or warm water will quench that thirst without harming your body's natural balance, he said. The teacher shared that warm water, particularly, has a soothing effect on the stomach. It aids in breaking down fats, makes digestion smoother, and is especially helpful for those looking to improve their metabolism. Warm water nourishes you immediately without making your body work harder. Just as you wouldn't shock a plant with ice-cold water, avoid giving your body cold water that it has to work hard to process, he explained with a gentle smile. At this point, the audience began to see water in a new light, not just as a drink, but as a source of nourishment that could be used with respect and intention. They realized that the simple act of drinking water could become a mindful practice, one that supports their health and brings them into a state of calm, similar to the effects of meditation. The teacher's words encouraged them to slow down, pay attention, and connect with their bodies, one sip at a time. They left with a sense of appreciation for the wisdom shared, eager to adopt these small but profound changes into their daily lives. After sharing the principles of morning hydration, seated drinking, and avoiding cold water, the teacher moved on to a crucial aspect of mindful hydration: the timing and quantity of water. He explained that correct hydration involves more than simply drinking a set amount each day. It requires tuning in to the body's signals, balancing the intake across the day, and knowing when not to drink water to ensure it truly benefits the body. The teacher began with a gentle reminder: too much or too little water can disturb the body's balance. Mindful drinking means listening to your body and finding a natural rhythm in hydration. He suggested that most people need about 2.5 to 3 liters of water each day, which equals around 10 to 12 glasses. However, he emphasized that individual needs vary depending on one's physical activity, the climate, and one's unique health condition. Spacing water intake. Throughout the day, the teacher then outlined a rhythm of drinking water that would best support the body's needs. Your body benefits most when water is taken gradually throughout the day, rather than in large amounts at once, he explained. He advised starting the day with 2 glasses upon waking, as he had already shared, and then spacing the remaining intake evenly throughout the day. After your morning hydration, aim to drink a glass of water about 1 hour before each meal, he recommended. This prepares your digestive system to receive food and promotes a smoother digestion process. Drinking too much water right before a meal, however, can dilute the stomach's digestive enzymes, making digestion slower and less effective. This seemingly small adjustment, he noted, could significantly improve how we process our food, alleviating common issues like bloating, gas, and indigestion. The teacher paused and added, "Another hour after each meal, drink another glass to help cleanse the digestive tract and aid in the nutrient absorption process." By allowing the body time to absorb nutrients from the meal before drinking more water, he explained, we keep the digestive fire strong, supporting optimal digestion and energy levels. One listener raised a question, asking if drinking water immediately after a meal was really that harmful. The teacher nodded thoughtfully and replied, When you drink right after a meal, it cools the stomach down too quickly, slowing digestion. Instead of quenching your thirst after eating, try waiting at least 30 minutes to an hour to allow the body to fully absorb what you have consumed. This habit alone can make a world of difference. Evening hydration and reducing intake at night. The teacher then moved on to the evening and night time, explaining that although water is essential throughout the day, it's beneficial to reduce intake as night approaches. During sleep, the body's activity slows down, which means it doesn't process water the same way it does when you're awake and active, he said. He advised that drinking too much water late at night could lead to disruptions in sleep, as well as added strain on the kidneys, which ideally work best when we're active during the day. He continued, "When we drink a lot of water before bed, it often heads straight to the kidneys, rather than being used by the cells. This can lead to frequent bathroom trips, interrupting your sleep and preventing the body from resting fully. Additionally, nighttime hydration places an unnecessary burden on the kidneys, which are designed to work alongside our body's natural circadian rhythms. For those who struggle with sleep or wake up frequently at night, he recommended gradually reducing water intake in the late afternoon and early evening. To soothe the body and mind before bed, he offered an alternative. About an hour after dinner, instead of more water, consider a warm glass of milk. The amino acids in milk calm the mind, prepare the body for rest, and help promote deeper, more restful sleep. This warm drink could support relaxation and provide a comforting transition to nighttime, something many in the audience hadn't considered before. The crowd listened attentively, taking mental notes on these small adjustments. For many, this was the first time they had realized that hydration had a rhythm, and they were excited to try these practical tips to see the benefits themselves. The importance of listening to your body's thirst. Cues. The teacher then shared one of the most profound insights on mindful hydration, the importance of tuning into our natural thirst signals. Rather than following a rigid schedule or specific amount each day, he encouraged everyone to let their body's cues guide them. Your body has an intelligence of its own, and thirst is one of its ways of communicating with you, he explained. He emphasized, when you learn to listen to your body, you avoid both overhydration and dehydration. Drink when you feel thirsty, and stop when your thirst is quenched. Drinking more than necessary does not bring extra benefits. Instead, it puts unnecessary stress on the kidneys and digestive system. To help people recognize when they were optimally hydrated, the teacher shared a simple tip. If your urine is a light yellow color, you're likely getting the right amount of water. But if it's completely clear, it may mean that you're drinking too much water. Conversely, if it's dark yellow, this could be a sign that you need more water. Adjust your water intake based on these signals, as they are your body's natural way of guiding you. This approach of mindful drinking resonated with the audience. They understood that mindful hydration wasn't about strict rules, but rather a harmonious connection with their body. By following their natural thirst and tuning in to what the body needed, they could better manage their hydration and improve both health and mindfulness. The teacher's gentle and wise words made a lasting impression on the crowd. They realized that through simple adjustments, like drinking water mindfully, observing their body's thirst, and pacing their intake throughout the day, they could practice self-care in a deeper, more meaningful way. Many of them left with a newfound respect for this ordinary habit, realizing that even drinking water could become an act of balance and mindfulness, helping them lead healthier, more centered lives. The teacher continued, addressing specific situations where drinking water requires even more attention and care. He explained that by aligning our hydration habits with daily activities, we could enhance physical well-being, improve focus, and integrate mindfulness into even the smallest actions. Each situation offers a unique chance to approach hydration thoughtfully, respecting the body's needs and natural rhythms. Let's explore these insights shared by the teacher and see how we can apply them in our own lives. 1. Drinking water. During exercise. The teacher first spoke about hydration during physical activity. When you exercise, your body naturally loses water through sweat as it cools itself down, he explained. While it's essential to stay hydrated, drinking too much water at once can actually do more harm than good. He cautioned against drinking large amounts of water quickly during exercise, as this could lead to discomfort, stomach cramps, and strain on the kidneys. Instead, he recommended taking small sips of water every 15-20 minutes, allowing the body to absorb and use it gradually. He encouraged his listeners to think of the body like a plant that needs steady, gentle hydration. Just as a plant absorbs water best when it's given in small amounts, the body also benefits from small, regular sips. This approach helps prevent dehydration while avoiding overloading the kidneys or creating an imbalance. The teacher advised those who exercise regularly or intensely to continue hydrating gently even after their workout. Rather than gulping down large quantities immediately, he suggested waiting about an hour after exercising to drink a full glass of water. Allow your body to cool down naturally and readjust before taking in a larger amount of water, he explained. This will aid in better absorption, support muscle recovery, and prevent any strain on your kidneys and digestion. Many in the crowd were surprised to learn that even their post-exercise hydration habits could affect how their bodies recovered and maintained energy. They realized that by making small, conscious changes, they could feel more balanced and reduce the likelihood of feeling fatigued or bloated after exercise. 2. Avoiding water. Right before and after meals. The teacher then spoke about another common habit, drinking water directly before or after meals. He explained that this habit could interfere with digestion, as the water dilutes the digestive juices required to break down food efficiently. Imagine you're preparing to light a fire. Adding too much water will make it harder for the fire to burn. Similarly, our digestive fire needs an optimal environment to work effectively, he shared. The teacher recommended drinking only a few sips before a meal, particularly if the food is dry, as this can help the food pass down smoothly. But he cautioned against drinking a full glass of water right before eating. If you feel the need to hydrate, do so at least 30 minutes to an hour before your meal. This gives the body time to absorb the water and prepares the stomach for digestion, he explained. After a meal, he recommended waiting an hour before drinking more water. Drinking water immediately afterward can cool the stomach too quickly, making it harder for the body to break down food. This habit, he explained, often leads to bloating, gas, and indigestion, especially in those with sensitive stomachs. By waiting an hour, you allow the stomach to retain its warmth, enabling smoother digestion and preventing discomfort, he shared with a warm smile. For many in the crowd, this was an eye-opener. They realized that something as simple as adjusting their water timing could lead to fewer digestive issues, making meals more comfortable and enjoyable. This newfound understanding left them eager to try the teacher's advice and see the benefits firsthand. 3. Drinking water after eating fruits. Next, the teacher turned to a lesser-known but important practice, avoiding water right after eating fruits, particularly those high in water content like watermelon, cucumber, and citrus fruits. Fruits have their own natural water content and digestive requirements. When you drink water right after eating them, it can disrupt their natural digestion process, he explained. Fruits are naturally rich in sugars and fibers that the body digests at a different rate than other foods. By adding water immediately after consuming fruits, especially those with high acidity or water content, we dilute stomach acids and slow down digestion. This can cause fermentation in the stomach, leading to bloating, gas, or discomfort. The teacher recommended waiting about 30 minutes after eating fruits before drinking water to allow the natural sugars and fibers to digest properly. By waiting, you're respecting the natural process of digestion, allowing the body to absorb the nutrients without interference, he shared. This mindful approach to hydration after consuming fruits can improve nutrient absorption and help prevent digestive disturbances. The audience found this particularly interesting, as many had the habit of drinking water with or immediately after fruits. Realizing the impact of this small adjustment on their digestion, they felt more motivated to adopt the teacher's advice. 4. Avoiding water with hot beverages. The teacher continued by discussing a lesser-known but valuable tip: avoiding water right after consuming very hot beverages such as tea, coffee, or soup. When you drink something hot, your body adjusts to its temperature, and adding water right after can cause an abrupt change, he explained. Sudden temperature changes not only disrupt digestion, but can also affect dental health by causing stress on teeth and gums. The teacher advised waiting at least 10-15 minutes after drinking a hot beverage before having water. This pause allows the body to settle and prevents the digestive process from being interrupted, he said. The teacher also explained that, from a holistic perspective, respecting temperature harmony in the body promotes better energy flow and less digestive strain. The audience found this advice unique, as few had ever considered how temperature shifts could affect digestion or oral health. 5. Drinking water. During meditation or mindfulness practices. Finally, the teacher addressed drinking water during meditation and mindfulness practices, something he felt was often overlooked but deeply valuable for inner peace. When we meditate, we are bringing awareness inward, focusing on our breath and inner stillness, he explained. Drinking too much water beforehand can be distracting, causing discomfort or interrupting focus. The teacher suggested taking only a few sips of water before beginning meditation to feel comfortable without overhydrating. Small sips are sufficient to calm any thirst, allowing you to settle into a peaceful meditative state without discomfort, he said. He also shared that during breaks in meditation or mindfulness practices, small sips of water help keep the mind and body relaxed without overstimulating the digestive process. Mindfulness in hydration is part of the meditation itself, teaching us to be aware of the present moment, responding to our needs with care and awareness, he shared. The crowd was inspired by this insight as they began to see how mindful water habits could enhance even their meditation practices. They understood that each small step in mindful drinking aligned with their spiritual practices, bringing more depth to their daily routines. For many, this approach to drinking water felt like a journey of self-care and mindfulness, helping them to connect more deeply with their bodies and the present moment. As the teacher finished sharing his wisdom, he encouraged everyone to adopt these simple yet powerful changes in their daily routine. By understanding when, how, and how much water to drink, they could experience improvements in both body and mind. He reminded them, mindful hydration is not just about quenching thirst. It's about respecting the body and connecting deeply with each action, just as we do in meditation. When you drink with awareness, even something as simple as a sip of water can bring peace and energy. The teacher's words highlighted that mindful drinking could prevent common health issues like digestive problems, fatigue, and poor sleep. With consistent practice, they would likely see better energy, clearer skin, improved focus, and a more balanced digestive system. He ended by inviting everyone to try these practices for a week or two, observing any changes in their health and mindset. Make drinking water a mindful ritual and let it be a source of both physical strength and spiritual peace, he said, encouraging them to share their experiences with family and friends. Dear friends, I hope you found value in this lesson. Remember, even small changes can make a big difference in your life. Try following these mindful drinking practices and see how it impacts your health and clarity. Please share this video if you think it could help others, and consider subscribing for more content on mindful and healthy living. Thank you, and may this practice bring you peace and vitality. Until next time.